since I love to teach on future technologies, and that's why I've written 6 books on ML and AI. Actually, these 6 books, while I was writing these 6 books, actually there are 4 books right now, but since I was writing these 6 books, I figured that only these books would not actually help the students to understand better. So that's why I wanted to make videos and audio. So while I was making the videos, I figured that audio is 60% of the video and the audio quality needs to be right. And that's why I wanted to make better audio with different kind of technology. And that's why, since I'm a very budget profile user, that's why I wanted to use the budget friendly equipment. And that's why the mobile phone on what I'm actually recording, it is a Samsung A22. It is a very basic Samsung phone. It's an Android phone, and that Android phone is being connected to this Vocaster one. So this is the thing. This is the audio interface I bought just 2 months back. Actually, one of my friends, he was traveling from US to Bangladesh. Since I'm living in Bangladesh, so I wanted to have this Vocaster one as an audio interface to start with. It's a good one, I would say, because I was trying to buy the Steinbeck UR22C. Steinbeck UR22C is a good device, but then I figured that it needs the iOS. It needs obviously something like I need to have an iPhone, or I need to have a Mac or PC. But then I wanted to run something from my Android device, and that's why I was betting in heavily on this Vocaster one, because while I was discussing with Focusrite, the Focusrite said that it cannot guarantee that it will work with this Vocaster one will work with the Android device. But they said that if your Android device is a USB-C, USB class compliant device, then it will work. So now I figured that, okay, this is a this mobile phone, this Samsung A22, it is a USB class compliant device. So right now I'm connected here, this Vocaster one. You could see the hello signature, and this auto gain feature is enabled, which means that it is actually 50% of the thing, and it is getting amber, which means it is okay. If it is getting red, it means that this is clipping. So I think it is working well. At the same time, you would see that it is also coming with a 48-volt phantom power. Since I have a Audio Technica AT2035, so this needs 48 phantom power. That means though it is providing 5 volt from the mobile phone by this USB-C cable, but it is also producing 48 volt to power up this XLR device, and this XLR is a Audio Technica AT2035. So it is powered very well. Since you can hear me well, it is actually running well. And at the same time, this is a PC. That means it looks like PC. That means the power is coming from the PC, but it's white. It means that the signal from the mobile phone and here it is getting right. That means if it is red, that means the connection is not through. But since it is white, it means that the sampling rate from here to the phone, the Android mobile phone, it is working right. And I would say the Vocaster one, it has a good documentation, and the documentation says that it is a USB-C, the USB 3 device, and it can draw maximum current of 0.8 ampere, and it is a 5 volt and also 4 watt maximum power. That means right now it is actually getting the power drawn from the mobile phone, which means that you need to have a kind of like a USB-C to USB-C connector. you could have a USB-C to USB-C connector, and one USB-C goes to the mobile phone and another USB-C goes to this Vocaster One USB-C connector. And since it is a bus powered, it is getting the power from the mobile phone. At the same time, you could use a kind of like USB hub. This one should be a USB-C. It should go to the mobile phone, and at the same time, the supplied cable from the Vocaster One, it is a USB-C to USB-A. So the USB-A to be here. At the same time, you could power up from adapter this hub, which means that you could actually power this Vocaster One. At the same time, you could power this mobile phone from that adapter. That means your Vocaster One would not actually draw current from the mobile phone, the Android mobile phone. Actually, one of the key thing why I use Android mobile phone, because the Android mobile phone can let you to draw power to run this like other USB microphones. Since it is XLR microphone, so it is getting powered from here. So otherwise, I would say that this is a good thing. At the same time, I would say that you could actually use, this is another Android phone, so you could actually use a OTG cable. This is a USB OTG cable, so you could connect it here, the OTG cable. At the same time, you could use the cable supplied from the Vocaster One, and it can be connected from here to the USB-C, and it will be, and the Vocaster One would be powered from this Android phone, and then you could record it. And most of the times I record, because since I need to record the USB audio cannot be recorded from the normal one, so I use a app which is called Open Camera. Open Camera is an open source app. So this is the Open Camera. You could see this is the Open Camera, and the Open Camera has a setting that you could actually set up from their audio. That means when you go to the video setting, you could go to the record audio is fine, and the audio source, audio source, and in the audio source you have to actually select as a external mic. So if you select an external mic, it means that your USB microphone is connected. So actually I wanted to use this one, because otherwise this Vocaster One has a good feature that it has one TRS and another TRRS. This is a TRRS adapter, which means that it can be connected to the mobile phone, and also this is a TRS. It has a 3-pole. So I'm just saying, if you want to connect it from a different port, let me show you. This is a TRS to TRS, but then if you want to connect this TRS to the port which is the TRS, because sometimes you need to connect the video camera or the camera or the DSLR camera, and you want to record and also sync the audio, and that's why the Vocaster One has 2 terminal. One is TRRS, which lets you to hear and record and also have a conversation with a person who is on the phone. But at the same time, if you have a TRS pointer which goes here, it is a TRS here, which means that you can connect the TRS and also you can connect a TRRS to the microphone, and it goes straightway, it goes to the you need to disconnect this one, and it goes to the TRRS of your phone, which means that you could actually connect the Vocaster One with this TRRS. But it is an analog kind of thing, so I don't like analog for the recording, because the chipset for the DAC, the digital audio converter here, it is not good. It is not good because it is cheap. But that's why I wanted to use a USB-C to USB-C, or maybe the one supplied cable, along with that, you use a OTG cable, which is the USB-C to USB-A, and you can actually connect to the Vocaster one with the USB-A to A, and this goes to the phone, and from there actually it gets powered up. So the best part, I would say, for this Vocaster, also Vocaster 2, it has many features, but I can tell you one thing, that the Vocaster one, it shines because it is 48 kilohertz of sampling, and it works really well. At the same time, I would say there are different pictures here. So I could show some of the pictures here, is like the examples of usage, and thereby you could see all the ports connected and all this TRS and this PC and everything. So I mean to say that the Vocaster one has almost all the interfaces for your podcast or the voice recording. I mean to say it's a good one, though it's pricey, because in Bangladesh you could get with 5,000 taka a USB interface. 5,000 taka means it is almost $40. So I mean to say that you could get a decent USB interface, but then I bought it almost $200, just because I wanted to run it with my Android phone just right out of the box, and it has a good preamp. The Focusrite has a good preamp, and it is actually coming from an XLR, and also it has some enhancement features like this one, though my one is running on clean, so you could have a lot of enhancement. Right now this Vocaster one is also running with enhancement and also with auto gain, but I mean to say that it is working great, because since you can hear me well, it works great. So I would recommend having a Vocaster one if you are starting with the podcast and also video and audio broadcasting, because it works really nice. And the gain is 70 dB. That means if you have 70 dB gain, which means that I could run the Shure 7B, the phone great for podcasting. So I mean to say that you could actually use a lot of your features here. You could mix up with other recordings, but I can tell you one thing, this Focusrite, as per the photographs here, you could see that this Vocaster can be connected to a dynamic or condenser microphone, and it can be connected with a phone for your conversation, or you could record from your conversation. You could actually connect it to a camera. And right now actually you could also connect it to a phone, and right now actually it is being powered from a phone, which means this phone and the voice and the video and audio is being recorded simultaneously, so that I don't have to sync up later on. So this is a great device. It is this great thing, except the PC, because I don't use PC, because it has to be handy. So I need to power it from the mobile phone. So it is getting powered from the mobile phone. It's an Android phone, so it is really working nice. So I don't need a PC to actually do this, because I don't use a DAW, that means digital workstation. I don't use Hindenburg or anything. So I straightway from here the video and audio gets there. So that's what I need. I don't need the extra processing or other thing. I need the voice to be actually recorded at the same time, and it has to be crystal clear. The voice right now you can hear, it is a crystal clear voice. So I think that's suffice. I don't do any processing. I don't do any normalization or other thing. I don't do any processing, which means that this Vocaster one is giving you the clean feed, and it is working fine. I think that's about it. My point was like, making this Vocaster One right, or making this Vocaster One to be used with the Android phone. And I could, like, I have 2 Android phone and it works flawlessly. Thank you so much. Bye.